Shabbat Shalawam, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah to his glorious and holy name. We're going to continue on the lesson I've been dealing with. It's pretty much, a lot of things that's going on in the world that people are caught up in. Some people get caught up in it and they're just of the world, this wicked world that we're in right now. Very important that we stay abreast of what's happening and we don't be a part of it. We in the world, but you don't have to be of the world. Because you in the world, you're alive. You're going to be in the world, but you don't have to be a part of all the wickedness that's going on in the world. You can find your way out of it unless you're just wicked, and like want to be a part of it. Some coming to the truth, and they still be really of the world and not have changed their behavior or the humility that it takes before the Most High to even be accepted before Him. You know, you have to really look at doing a self-examination, and you have to go through a self-examination over and over and over again, you know, periodically within your life, so that you're changing. You know, you're looking at tear yourself down where you're not really elevating yourself to think you all that when you're really nothing as you ought to be. Or tell me which one of you just how you would be if Mashiach taught you for 1,000 years of the Most High. Who gonna step in those footsteps? And that's how some people have done, not even realizing that's what they have done, you know, and the way they carry themselves and conduct themselves, especially when you look at um, someone that, you know, like a lot of us, you know, we've been in this for over 30 something years, and you have those that's been in a few years and they put you on the same page as they are. When you say, well, break down what scripture you going to be able to really understand how you acting and your character of how you are, and then they get an attitude because of the fact they know that you know that they don't know, but then still, like myself, I'm teaching how to be, how we have to be. But once the book is closed, I don't know that anymore. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You know, this is what I've gone through in being in the truth. And when it comes down to dealing with our people, this happens mostly all the time. When somebody say they know you, or they think they know you, or they really get close this way to men, women, children, whoever, don't matter. That's how it is. It's like it always ends up to be like the white man say, follow your heart, which is your mind, the way you think. And the scriptures say the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You know what I mean? It's like, and that's the mind, the way you think. So a lot of times you find yourself in a situation of being alone in the way you think. If you don't have someone that is trying to think the way the scriptures say we're supposed to think, then you know you're kind of alone. Colossians 3:17, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Shalawam Mashiach, giving thanks to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob said that's his name forever and more, to all generations, for everything, you know, by him, how? By Shalawam Mashiach, in the name of the Lord. That's how we reach the Most High. There's no New Testament when he said it in um, St. John 14:6 and 13:15. There's no New Testament. But see, if you can't get that out of your mind, it's New Testament. When he didn't have no New Testament, all he had was the law and the prophets. You get that in your mind, it can help you to be more spiritual. But you're not gonna get this if you still remain in the mindset of the congregation of the dead. I mean, that's why we come out of religion, so we'll know more in dealing with what's real. If not, then you will remain in the congregation of the dead, straight up. And we try to bring you out of the death state of mind to a lively state of mind, and dealing with how we deal with when the book is closed, to realize, okay, well, we got to do this way, be this way, because of the fact of this is what the book says, what the Bible says, through the Spirit of the Most High. Look at this. Matthew 10, think about this. Matthew 10:34. Matthew the 10th chapter, 34th verse. It said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. This is Mashiach Yahushua telling us. He said, don't even think I come to send peace on earth. He said, think not. I mean, don't even think that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. What's a sword used for? To kill people. And also the sword is this. Hebrews 4 and 12. Hebrews 4 and 12. The sword is an instrument of war. And the instrument of war is also this. It's real deep. Listen, but real simple. Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful. The word of the Most High. The word of the Most High. The word of the Most High. I just Repeat that 3 times for understanding. Is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. See that? The word of the Most High is sharper than any two-edged sword, right? It comes to in peace but a sword. So the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts. That's your heart. The thoughts and intents of the heart. You see? Which the heart is the thoughts, the intents of what you think. You hear that? But the word of the Most High is quick and powerful. And it tells you that when you read Revelations 19 and 11, saying, and I saw heaven open, Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open. John Revelation seeing heavens open. Most High open up the third dimension to him. And behold, a white horse, pure righteous power, and he that sat upon it was called faithful and true. That's a Mashiach Yahushua. And in righteousness, which is keeping of the laws, the commandments of the Most High, he does judge and make war, right? So now, when you look at this, it tells you in verse 13 that he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. He's coming for war. In war, you killing people, right? The God that comes in peace but a sword. He said, hey, in war, you kill people. So prophecy of him, when he come back, he coming to judge and make war. And he was clothed with a vesture, his clothes, his garment dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. That's why I repeated it 3 times for understanding. The Word of the Most High is quick and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? Okay, so now when you look at Second Ezra, when he come back to judge and make war, Second Ezra 13, and we'll get right to the point. And verse 38, and he shall lay before them their evil thoughts when he come to make war, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, which is like fire, and he shall destroy them without labor. How? By the law. You see that? By the law, which is like unto a fire, which is the Jeremiah 23:29. This is what he's doing. Is he come back to judge to make war? Where's the law at? From Genesis all the way to Deuteronomy. So he coming back. He's the word of the Most High, like you just said. He's quick and powerful, come and cut him up like a two-edged sword. He just said he gonna kill him by the law, which is like unto a flame without labor. What's that fire? Which is like unto fire. By the law, which is like unto fire. Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire? Huh? Is Mashiach saying coming back with fire? He the word of the Most High. I mean, think about it. I'm just here to make you think. Is not my word like as a fire? Is he coming back with fire? Didn't I just say? He gonna burn them up? Huh? He coming with fire. He made sure Most High made sure he put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not gonna destroy the earth anymore with a flood. But he coming back with fire. And Mashiach is coming back with that fire. Is not my word like as a fire? See? Said the Most High. And like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. That's why he said. Go back to Matthew 10:34. Better understand this, man. He's telling you. Matthew 10:34, he said, think not, don't even think that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. First, he came with the word. When we just read about him coming to judge and make war, because it tells you, look, John 1:1. Come on. Look, it's him. Now, how you look at it. It's amazing how people will read this and they say it's all the Most High. It's not. In the beginning was the Word, okay? And the Word was with the Most High. So we define the Word of the Most High as Mashiach Yahushua says. His name is called the Word of the Most High. Listen, here it is again. In the beginning, that's Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, Elohim created heaven and earth. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High. And the Word was Mashiach Yahushai, which is called what? God here. That's a word that they created and put in there. But it should say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, like I'm saying, who is the top power, and the Word was Mashiach Yahushai. Why would it say this? In verse 2, it's amazing how they say this is the Most High. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. The same was in the beginning with the Most High himself. Make that make sense? I mean, I'm here to make you think. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. He was in the beginning with himself. Come on. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But it makes sense if you understand that that's talking about the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushai, Elohim. That's what's written in the Hebrew, the powers. That's the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushai. So going back to Matthew 10:34, I digress. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother. This don't sound like a lot of love to me. This is what he said he came to do. He said, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes or enemies shall be they of his own household. And you see these things happening right now, and it's such a high level that it's scary when you think about it. But it's real because it's happening. That's what he said he came to do, because it's like just not, he just had thanks taking, thanks stealing, thanks murdering of the indigenous people that was here in this land yesterday. So people celebrating, and those of us that do not celebrate these things, a lot of you might be coming in now, you have a lot of variance against your family members because of the fact of what it represents, and nobody can sugarcoat it. Oh, well, we just getting together for family. We just coming together, they calling it by different names now to change the names up so it don't sound like Thanksgiving. Anything they could do to try and get you to be involved in this wickedness. And that's wrong. Come on. So therefore, that caused a grift between you and your family members because they want you to follow what it is that they follow of the world. And they really have war with the Most High, James 4:4. They have war with the Most High, and that's how you are. If you settle for it, you're going to get beat with. They're not going to get beat with many stripes because he ain't called them. Unless he called them and they went back out in the world and doing those things, then they're going to get beat pretty bad. They're going to, it's a complete number of spirits that say come after them. Understand this. A lot of y'all don't realize that. But I've seen it too many times of these people that have been in the truth and they don't stay in the truth. Some people act like they're in the truth. They're not in the truth. They're not doing the same things that they were doing in the truth. But I stopped doing what I'm doing, being in the truth, then I'm not in the truth. How you gonna be in the truth when you're not doing what you did? And it's more that we got to do to be able to even be saved. Save from our enemies and for the hand of all that hate us. We can't do enough. You're doing less and less and less. As you're not doing this, you ain't studying, you ain't doing the things that you normally had been doing, you ain't going to no kingdom. You are the world. That's what it says in James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? That means you at war with the Most High. Think about that. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world, you are a friend of these holidays, and you don't keep the Most High's holy days, in the days that he allowed us to get the victory of our enemies so we could be here now. Let our ancestors get the victory of our enemies so we can be here. You can exist now. Because they want to wipe us out. We ready to go to the Feast of Dedication. They wanted to wipe us out. Point blank. It was against the law to even call yourself an Israelite. Passed laws like that in the Greek Empire. Come on. They destroyed and defiled our temple every time. So we couldn't be close to the Most High. So now here we are in these last days, looking at wherever you're coming in the world now, or you coming into the truth, and all of a sudden now you bringing however you think back into the truth. No, it don't work that way. You gotta let that go, man. You gotta, because that's why I show it over and over again. You gotta become a new man, a new woman, or you not nothing but you're gonna be dealt with worse than those that you looking down on that had most I ain't called yet. You're gonna get beat with many stripes, man. He gonna jack your butt up. He said when you come to serve the Most High, prepare yourself for temptation. He gonna send the devil on you. Come on. He said you're gonna be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction. He said, I will go to my place till we acknowledge our offense against him and seek his face. So he turned his face away from us. He said, in our affliction, we're going to seek him early. Who's going to avoid that? Who can tell the Most High, you can't do that to me? Oh, you quiet now, huh? This is real. Every last one of us got a story. I tell you, if they've been in this truth for a long time, everybody got a story. Unless they've done signed some kind of pact with Satan, then they know what they got coming. And you should know too. That's why we have to look at not being like everybody else, man, and being at war with the Most High. When he said, go to Hebrews 10:31, y'all know I bring it out all the time. I love that because it's the Most High. What he said, what he say? Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Yeah, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. Hebrews 12:29. Hebrews 12:29. For our power, Most High power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is a consuming fire. You see that? He's consuming fire. That's why if you do what he say do, he gonna bless you. This is not a hard thing to do what he say do. But if you don't, you can, I guess he just told you. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. Don't mess with the Most High. It's a terrible thing. I'll tell you that. I've seen it, and if I name someone that you can name in your life, for all the many that I've seen come and go, and how they went and how they were when I seen them, it's like, man, what you gonna do when they come for you? That's the whole question that people don't think about because you can't get out. You gotta get out of this religious state of mind that the Most High is all love. He is love. He love to bless you if you do what he say do, and he love to curse you and tear your butt up if you don't do what he say do. Point blank. That's it. Ecclesiasticus, the 6th chapter, is very important because a lot of y'all, you look at, you get caught up in your feelings. That's why most times deal with no feelings. Matter of fact, let me deal with that first. Because a lot of you get caught up in the way you feel, and you want the Most High to be the way you want him to be in your feelings. That's not the way the Most High is. It's not that way. Colossians 3:25. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong, and to do wrong is to break the Most High's commandments, shall receive for the wrong which he have done. You notice women, I want women to notice something. Because when I go into women's scriptures, and especially wicked women's scriptures, women and some soft men get an attitude. It's in the Bible. I didn't write it. But you notice here, I want you to notice how many times you say men. And we as teachers have to bring y'all into it. When you talk about men, you say men. But that's not a woman, that's a man. Once you get an attitude about this, like y'all get an attitude when we talk about women scriptures, like you do when you talk about men. I'm just bringing that out. Spirit just having me bring that out for some reason. Because somebody must have an attitude. I've seen it throughout my times in the truth when I go through women's scriptures. People, bing, they be out of here. They be out of here. Boom. So you never hear what it is you should know, whether man or woman or child, whoever. I mean, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I mean, the scripture says what it says. I'm going to bring it. And that's all we're supposed to do. And you should want to know. But get that same spirit about how he did men and how he talk about men. Because he called men. And a lot of times you read the scriptures, it say men. He. That's not a woman. You don't think the Most High can say she? Look what it say. Colossians 3:25. But he, that's a man, that doeth wrong, that break the commandments of the Most High, shall receive for the wrong which he have done, that's a man, and there is no respect of persons. You understand that? There's no respect of person with the Most High. That's individuals. Ain't nobody got no special pass with the Most High. That's individual. He said he have no respect of persons. Straight up. So we got to look at this because people can think this way, that way, but as you learning, that's why we here learning now, because he said in Hebrews 10:26, keep this in mind. He said, for if we sin willfully, Hebrews 10:26, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, and you have received the knowledge of the truth, unless there's someone that's brand new that first time they're hearing it. Majority of the people I know that have come to my classes, that come online, you're Israelite. You already know this. So, and there's no excuse for you not knowing the truth, because you can ask questions. You don't know questions, you're supposed to know the truth, operate in the truth. Other than that, that's why I say y'all New Age Israelites something else, man. How you think we got all the topics and all the things that we got? Can we ask questions? And we have many, got, notebooks full of notebooks full of lessons and topics and all that, man. I mean, come on, man. You see all this? I mean, that's one. I got 4 notebooks like that. Notebooks full of stuff, man. I mean, I'll never run out of things to talk about. Why? Because we ask questions. And they thought about bringing forth what's necessary, because when we energized them to be able to teach, they taught, But y'all don't have no question. Y'all, that's why I say y'all gonna have to know. And when you took Mr. Zelty, ain't no mercy and grace, baby. Ain't no mercy and grace at that time. It's over. It's like you did this, you did do this, you were told, but you didn't care. That's why it says, for if we sin willfully, Hebrews 10:26, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth. And you can't be no different than someone that don't know, that they hear something, they leave. When you hear, and you hear all the time, and then it's like, you're supposed to be knowing. What you think? Because we don't know when we're going to die. We don't know when you're going to be out of here. And you out of here, and next to the judgment come. Bam, you raised for the judgment. Or we raised for the judgment, whoever it is. Don't matter, me too. I ain't no different. And it'd be like, hey, whosoever sin willfully, after that they have received the knowledge of the truth, there remain of no more sacrifice for sins, meaning the Messiah is not going to the Most High on your behalf. Point blank. But a certain fearful. That fearful don't mean to be scared. It means to be scared. Looking for of judgment. Hear that? You scared of the judgment that's gonna come on you. A lot of y'all caught up in this world, man. Y'all caught up in how somebody look at you here. Y'all could kill less, man. That's why it says, all praise the Most High. We turn the Bible and go right to it, man. All praise the Most High about Shalawam. And it ain't because I go there all the time. I got a lot of places I go to Apocrypha. We're going to the Apocrypha. We're going to Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. It's very important because it tells you such a man only feareth the eyes of men. They only look at how a man looks at them, how somebody looking at me. I gotta be a certain way. Like women get all dialed up to go out there so some men can look at them or somebody can pay attention to them. You know, they're so concerned about how they look rather than just being, you know, modest as it says, and go out there and be how they supposed to be for their husband. If they don't have a husband, women dressing it so they can get a husband, looking like the world. Nah, women that dress modest probably get more respect than the ones that look at like the world. Because how many men have been attracted to that? Then they want to talk to you and then let you know you laid with them. That's the mindset. How many men have you laid with? Who you been with? You know, who entice you or you entice them because you want to get your rocks off or whatever. It ain't really no spirit in it. Just feeling. Such a man is a man again, women. You see that? See that man? Such a man. You see, I was talking to men almost all the time. Only fear at the eyes of men. How some man is looking at them. And knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts, man. That's very important. Because he can judge us while we in these fleshly bodies. He can most likely judge us at this time. He bring a judgment upon you. Because he wound and he healed. And a lot of people been wounded, and they just knock the Most High out the box. He ain't do nothing. Oh, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna get well. I'm gonna do this. Most High, the one that wound us. He the one that puts that pain on you, that suffering, that affliction. He the one that healed you. He the one that wounded you. He the one that healed you. You see? But he see those secret parts, man. That's why I say when you sin willfully, and willfully is also when you're doing things, and then you're gonna say, well, most I got respect the person for me because I'm this person. Because I ain't do this and I don't do this and I don't do that, I don't do that. Most I don't care about that. You hear what he said? He have no respect of persons, but he got respect for you. He got respect for me. He got respect for none of y'all. I would have just said he had no respect for person. Come on. You didn't do it to the end? I don't think none of us have. You hear my voice? Because we got to endure it to the end. Poop, you out of here, or you see the chariots coming back. And the Mashiach that was shy bringing forth the righteousness on this earth. We haven't done that. But I know one thing: when you die, there's the judgment. You can't repent. We can't do anything after that. It's about the judgment after you die. So that's why while you have these mortal bodies, you got to do the best you can to please what it is, find out what it is that's pleasing to the Most High, and do that. Other than that, you're gonna be doing whatever you want to do. However that's what everybody do, whatever they want to do. What they say, follow your heart, right? I mean, what's the difference? If you follow in your mind, you feel the way you feel because of your own mind, and it's contrary to how you should be as a man, contrary to how you should be as a woman, contrary to how you should be as a child. Come on. Was I not satisfied with that? We didn't roll like that. But here it is now. In this day and age, man, people, they be in their feelings, man. Get their feelings. It's like, and it's nasty because it's not right. Um, Ecclesiastes 5, Ecclesiastes 5 and 2. Follow not thine own mind. Well, wait a minute. How was that saying that? And then you go to Jeremiah 17. Because the world says follow your heart. So let's deal with that heart, because I say it a lot, and you see it in the scripture a lot. Let me see if we can find the definition of someone that follows their heart. And Shalawam to everyone in the online. Welcome. Because they say follow your heart, right? Um, It's Mark 7:21. Defines the heart. Mark 7:21 defines the heart. For from within, out of the heart of men, this is the definition of the heart, proceed evil thoughts. You see that? This defines the heart. Your thoughts, the way you think. When you see heart, majority of the time in the Bible, it's talking about the way you think. But if you don't know that the definition of heart is your thoughts, then because the heart just pumps, beats, and then pumps blood to every organ of our body. We say the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. You see? So that's what the heart means. So now when we go to Jeremiah 17, go to Jeremiah, the 17th chapter, and the 9th verse. This is what the Bible says, what the Most High said to the prophet Jeremiah, who had the spirit of the Most High. What it said? Which is the spirit of a Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. It says the heart is deceitful above all things. It can't mean the part in your body that pumps blood to every organ of your body to keep you living. No. It says the heart, which is what? Your thoughts, your mind, the way you think is deceitful above all things. Deceitful means it lies to you if you let it. It's deceitful above all things, but the world tell you to follow your heart. What it says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. You're that desperately wicked. Who can know it? Proverbs 28:22. And these are the things that we have to look at to know how to think. You should already know this if you follow the way you feel, the way your feelings and your emotions and so forth. It's sad, but it's real, y'all. Um, um, Proverbs 28:26. It say, he that trusteth in his own heart, like they say, follow your heart. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. He that trusteth in his own heart, your own mind, just the way you think, how you feel, your emotions and so forth. He that trusts in his own heart, his own thoughts, is a fool. But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. And the way you work wise is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, straight up. Other than that, you walking in obscurity, you know, in the precept of your mind, the way you think. And that's wrong. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes 5:2. It says, follow not thine own mind, right? Follow not your own mind, the way you think. It's clear here. And thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, to walk in the ways of the way you think. That's what most people do. Bing, they're gone. They don't want to hear that. Nobody want to be told what to do. Nobody want. That's what the Bible is. It's basic instructions. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Basic instruction. It says, follow not thine own heart. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, walk in the ways of your thoughts, your own mind, the way you think. And say not, who shall control me for my works? Who can control you for what you do in these bodies? Who gonna tell me what to do? And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Most High will surely revenge thy pride. You hear that? The Most High surely gonna revenge your pride. But you say, who shall control me for my works? But then still, when you wake up in the morning or whenever you go to work, whatever time you go to work, there's somebody that's telling you what to do. Yes, I'm boss. Yes, massa. You get off work and you treat your people like crap. Treat your lady, you treat your man, or you treat your children like crap. Behind what you had to go through and bow down when you go to work. You know how to act then. When it comes out of the Most High, and say not, who shall control me for my works, for the things you do? Who gonna tell me what to do? Who is it that's able to instruct me for whatever you do? And you have to accept it, or I gotta accept it in your mind. For the Most High will surely revenge your pride. You hear that? Remember, we read Hebrews 10:31, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of living power. But you already know this because you never inquire about how the Most High feel about this, or this right or this wrong. So everybody, when you judge, is gonna be like, hey, you didn't take the time to ask, so you're supposed to know. That's why I look at it. I usually didn't look at it like that, but I grew to learn to be like that because so many people been in this truth and they was wholeheartedly in it, and they not in it no more. And you spend all your time and you love people and you love them, love, and then they just poof, they're gone. That's hurtful. And it was like this, and say not, who shall control me for my works, for what I do? Can't tell me nothing. Especially that you don't see me. People think you don't see them. And the Most High revealing things to you. And you got to say nothing. Still, you see what you see. When you hear the Spirit of the Most High going to reveal these things to you. And they be like, you don't see me. And they go on and on until you just say, hey, no, I've got no time for that. Some of y'all probably go through the same thing. You don't see it in your life. And say not, who shall control me for my works, what I'm doing? For the Most High will surely revenge your pride. Thy means your pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm has happened unto me? He said, don't say that. Don't say I have sinned, and what anybody say, anybody nothing happened to me. For the Most High is long suffering. For the Most High is long suffering. For the Most High suffer long. He will in no wise let thee go. You hear that? The Most High is long suffering. He suffered a long time. And remember what he said. He will in no wise let thee go. That thee is you. He will in no wise let you go. That's what it's saying, y'all. So the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You concerned about how some man looking at you, how somebody looking at you. You better be concerned how the Most High looking at you, because he tell you, Amos, the 3rd chapter, verse 6. Amos 3 and 6. So now he says he considered the most secret parts. Now, once he know what's happening, verse 7, Salakia, Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Most High will do nothing. This Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, right? So people be like, especially that you don't see me people that's not in the spirit, that the Most High will reveal things to them. And the servants are who? He revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets. That's not everyone. That is not everyone. Isaiah 44 and 21. Just the servants. Defines the servants. So y'all should have a pen and paper writing down these definitions for sure. and nothing else, the definition, because it's very, very important when you see these words to know that they're defined within the Bible. And that's what I'm trying to show you, so that when you see these words in the New Testament, it's not going to define a lot of them, because you're supposed to already know them, because all you had, anyone that walked in the New Testament on this earth, they only had the law and the prophets, point blank. Or prove me wrong. You know, preachers talking about you're not under the law. Then they got Bibles don't even have the Old Testament in it, only the New Testament. You'll never know a Mashiach Yahushua. You'll never know the Most High. Point blank. You'll never know who you are. You just read the New Testament as they trying to say that's all you need. No. Nobody walked the earth had a New Testament. That's in the New Testament. You hear what I said? Nobody walked the earth had the New Testament like we haven't. Nobody. No one. No one that's written about a New Testament had a New Testament to go by when they walked the earth. They only had the law and the prophets. I'll prove that to you. So who the servants? Because remember, he revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets, right? So to be a servant of the Most High, you have to be these people. Isaiah 44:21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, but thou art my servant. You see? The Israelites are the Most High servants. So that prophet had to be an Israelite that he revealed his secrets to. Isaiah 45:4. For Jacob my servant's sake. See? And Israel mine elect. So you know who the elect are? That's where you go to prove who the elect are. Because it's going to say to the elect. You say, my servants are prophets. To be a servant, you have to be an Israelite. And one more, defining servant. That's two. Let's go to the third one. Leviticus 25:55. We just defining the word servant. So without a shadow of a doubt, you have to know that it's only talking about the Israelites. Right? You see this? And this is how you define it. Through the precepts. Like they say, we cherry picking and we reading out of context. You can understand it through the precepts. I mean, you go here, like I said, okay, define the servants in the Bible. You got to go somewhere where it's going to define the servants through the scriptures. You understand? Leviticus 25:55. You should have these scriptures written down. So you say servants. This is how you define it. Bam. So when you read the New Testament, you can see, okay, it's saying something. You can go back to define these words that it's saying, because it's like our hip talk. We got different words that, especially that they come up with generation to generation, new terms that mean something that they know what it means. And if you're not hip to what's going on, then you don't know what they're talking about. We call it slang. We call it hip talk. You know what I mean? Leviticus 25:55. For unto me, the children of Israel are servants. See, they are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High, your power. Yours a personal possessive pronoun showing ownership. And that's the Israelites, period. Okay? So Amos 3:7 again, surely the Most High power will do nothing but revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, right? So his servants have to be who? The Israelites, point blank. Simple as that. Quiet as a cup, that's what we're looking at. So this is what's going on. People have their own way of how even want to be in the truth, how they are in the truth, when it specifically shows you how we have to be in this Bible. Proverbs 3:32. Proverbs 3:32. Well, we got to deal with all these spirits, and if it fit, hey, you got to change. That's all I can tell you. Or remain the same, and you're gonna see the judgment of the Most High, because that mercy and grace gonna be lifted up, y'all. I'm telling you that. Um, listen at this. This also gives an explanation of who he will reveal his secrets to, because everybody's not going to have them birdies coming to them, talking to them, or telling them this, that, and the third from the Spirit of the Most High, because you have dismissed the Spirit of the Most High. When you talking to you, you hear it, and then you neglect it. That's why sometimes you say, wow, something told me that was the Spirit to do this, and you don't do it. Or not to do this, and you do it, and something come up wrong. You understand? That's the Spirit. The Most High working with you, but He's not gonna keep on working with you if you're not listening to Him, because you become wrong. You become uh, insubordinate. You become evil in His eyes. You become like you don't even want to hear what He got to say. So He let you deal with the devil. You got the left side. You're in the truth on the left hand side, because you don't hear. You can't hear. And once you start hearing, then He's gonna allow you to be able to keep on bringing you things. You're paying attention. Listen. It's another key point of his service, his secrets that he bring to those that are, as the scripture would say, Proverbs 3:32. For the froward is abomination to the Most High. You hear that? The froward is abomination to the Most High. That's serious. The froward is abomination to the Most High. Mm, mm, mm. And I notice a lot of times, a lot of these words they exclude from the Bible dictionaries. You have to go to regular dictionaries to find, because this is who they are. They forward the things that would pertain to the superpowers of the earth. They don't want you to be knowing about them, boy. That's real. While people don't know how to deal with certain situations, man, or certain people. Okay, listen. I found one that has something in it concerning forwardness. It says a KJV term referring to perverseness, deceit, liars, or falsehood. Those that are, you know, telling lies, perverseness, they are contrary to the way the Most High say we're supposed to be, deceitful. They're dealing with falsehood, lies. The NASB and NIV replaced the term with perversity, perverseness, perverted. Froward and forwardly likewise have the meaning of perverted, crooked, or deceitful, turning away from that which is right. See? So all of this saying is a froward person is a sinner. When you agree? Somebody that's froward is a sinner. And what does it say about the froward person? Proverbs 3:32. For the froward is an abomination to the Most High, but his secret is with the righteous. So we don't have to go far to define the righteous. Y'all should know how to define the righteous by heart. Deuteronomy 6:25. And let's go to Psalms 119, 172 to define the righteous. Psalms 119, 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. You see? So those that are keeping the commandments of the Most High, the laws of the Most High are righteous. Listen what it says. Once again, Proverbs 3:32. For the froward is abomination to the Most High, but his secret is with the righteous. See? His secret is with those that keep his commandments of the Most High. So just because you're a servant, don't make you a prophet. It don't make the Most High love you. Because 2/3 of the servants who are the Israelites are good for nothing. He's going to do away with them. So it says, Proverbs 3:32, for the froward is abomination to the Most High, but his secret is with the righteous. His secret is with the righteous. You got to do what he say do. His laws, statutes, commandments. That he wrote with his finger to receive these secrets. And that's why I say people don't really, I don't know. We still come in the truth of being darkness. It's almost like we all on the same page. It's like it's spiritual. But once you've been dealing with this consistently, year in and year out, and remember, I think people forget that there's 365 days to a year in Esau's world. Every 4 years, he add an extra day. You count all those days that someone's been living on this earth, and the amount of time you've been living on the earth, and you do the subtraction to think that we're gonna be on the same page, or we experience the same things, especially being in the truth all this time. To think that we're on the same page, and the things that, like he said, he's revealing here is nothing new for us that have been in this truth over 30-something years, almost 40 years. Come on, man. It's like you do the math. Add up 365 days to a year that you experiencing being in the truth. And some of you might have been what? 5, 6, 7, who knows, 6 years old, 10 years old. And who's in the truth? Every day living in the truth. And learning and learning and learning and learning and trying to apply this in our life. And here you come in, I've seen it over and over again. You come in and all of a sudden now we're on the same page. Everybody on the same page. Make that make sense? When I ask you what happened in 1993 in the truth, on 7/4/1993, 1992, 1995, or those days before that, how did the world feel? How did we feel? How did Israel feel? What was Israel doing? And you had no clue. Yet still, came in a few years, now we're on the same page. But that makes sense. When as long as you've been in the truth and count the days that you've been in the truth, and every day there's something new that happened, I mean, that's experience, y'all. Being in the truth. That's why we have to humble ourselves. Or you're going to continue the same way you've been. You ain't no Israelite. You're just the same person with learning some precepts. That's it. What can I say? These are the things that you don't want, to fall into, because it's very, when you see it, it's like, man, wow. Here we go again. And 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 why don't you all uptight? Because it's the same old, man. Nothing new under the sun. The same thing keep repeating itself. The people think that, hey, it's got to be something new because it's new to them. Ain't nothing new. Nothing new. Same old thing being repeated over and over again. And you'll see that if you hear what I'm saying, and as you experience certain things, and you stand in this truth, you endure to the end, you endure. We talk 10 years from now, if we hear, hopefully you're not. Most High be to, set up righteousness by that. If not, then we hear, whatever. Just remember that. Look, Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. That's in the spirit, boy. All praise to the Most High. Y'all say that? All praise to the Most High. Look, check this out. Now, make it make sense. Y'all heard all I said, right? And Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. And I'm not thinking about, okay, I got to go to scripture for what I said. I'm just here, y'all. I'll give the Most High the glory for everything. Look, Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. That which has been is named already. It is known that is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he, right? But that which have been is named already. And it is known that it is man. That's real. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Wow. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. The thing that have been, like I was telling y'all, I've been through this. Always the thing that have been, what I went through in the past, it is that which shall be. It's the same thing that's going to be in the future. But I knew the scripture way back in the early 90s. And before that, when I realized the scripture said it, I remember my growing up, my past, and so I related to my life. Wow, here it comes again. Here it comes again. Here it comes again. The thing that I've been in the past, y'all remember this, because a lot of y'all look thinking that everybody supposed to be on the same page as you right now. You just coming in a few years, whatever, however long you've been in. The thing that I've been, it is that which shall be. And you got to give a testimony of how it was with you back in the early 90s, in the 80s or whatever. And you weren't even born. Think about it. But you're still we're on the same page. No, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And I'm not boasting. I'm keeping it real. I teach facts, man. Or make it mean something different. And I'll change. The thing that have been in the past, as you live 365 days and every 4 years you got an extra day, you do all that math, the thing that have been and all them days you have lived, it is that which shall be. It's that what's going to be in the future. And that which is done, whatever's done, is that which shall be done. Whatever's been done back then, you see the same thing happening over and over and over again, that which shall be done. The same thing over and over again until you really look at, I got to be more spiritual. I got to allow the Most High to work with me to be able to hear him speak to me and show you things and change. But you can't do it if you ain't humble. You got to have a humble spirit. You cannot, he ain't going to come to no prideful people. All you're going to do is the same thing. You following the same suit as it was back then. 2025, you still like it was in the 90s. Why? Because you ain't listening. You ain't allowing the spirit of the Most High to work with you. It's serious, man. That's why I say you can't make him anything different. It's the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. The thing that have been in the past, that what's going to be in the future, he's saying. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So now you're new. Because you done popped on the scene, now you know everything. No, man. You got to humble yourself. A lot of y'all not humble, man. I say enough so that the Most High can work with you. These things that we're talking about will be a presence in your life because you are allowing the Most High to work through you. You see what I'm saying? There's new thing under the earth. So, like I was saying, a lot of things that I experience, I'll keep experiencing the same thing over and over again to the point where it's like, well, here we go again. Here it is again. I'm impressed with all those that endure. That have endured, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I don't give a damn what camp they with, what church they with. Congregation, assembly. That's what I'm impressed with. Most High too. Is there anything whereof It may be said, see, this is new. Y'all hear what he's saying? Answer. He says, anything said is, see, this is new. What did he say? It have been already of old time. I know from living as long as I've lived and observing being an Israelite, and before that being black, and not in the demeaning way of how they say black, but just being about our people and living about our people and looking at what our people is going through and have went through and what we dealing with, living every day, especially as a so-called black man. Now I say an Israelite man. But if you ain't never lived in those skins, you don't know what it's like to be. Can't nobody express to you how it is to be a brother in this wicked land, this evil land. Well, you think you just realize that they hate you because you read it in a book, but you ain't never experienced it? You don't know what that's about. Have no clue. See, this is new. It has been already of old time. Just like I'm telling you. These spirits and these people, it's been of old time, which was before us. Before us. It was, like you said, before you was even born. It was of old time. What did he say? There is no remembrance of form of things. You don't remember what it was in the past. Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Well, you can't say this man was this person or that person or whatever. This woman was this person back in the day. Hear what he said. That's contrary to what the word is saying. But men have done that. We have to look at what the word says. Go by what the word says. Other than that, you're going to be in sin. Straight up. And a lot of y'all just follow whatever somebody say and do just whatever they say. When you heard what it says, there's no remembrance of former things. Ain't nobody march out the outside to look at somebody and say, that's who he is. I don't think so. So we got to look at all these spirits of, that's what I'm looking into, all these different, spirits of how we as a people have operated in the past and how we operate in the present, how we operate in the future. Because it's all here. It's just a matter of who's going to change, who really want to take the time to look into this Bible as we're going through it to be able to make that change for the betterment of your life. That's all it is. To better your life before the Most High. And before the Most High visits you. For real. The Numbers, the 25th chapter. Numbers 25. Verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim. Israel abode in Shittim. And the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. So we began as children of Israel, we the people. And most I don't consider everybody a people, y'all. Understand this too. But we, the people that are speaking of here, began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, their idols. And the people did eat and bow down to their gods. We ate and bowed down to their idols. Like a lot of y'all eating these Chinese places. And before you go up in there, before they open them doors, they done pray to Buddha. And select the Most High for calling out that name about some much at the other side. You see that big old Buddha doll right there. Buddha idol. Right there. You walk in, you see it. So you know they done prayed to their God, their idol. I remember I went to this car place, man. This dude had a giant, a giant statue of that dude right there. It was bigger than me. It was it's already a fat dude. It was about this big. It was big. It was giant right there. He got his desk, a big old giant idol of their God was right there. Hear what it said? And they called the people unto the sacrifice of their gods. Plural. Many gods, many idols. And the people did eat and bowed down to their gods, bowed down to their idols. And Israel joined himself unto Baal, Peor. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel. Because we're not supposed to be dealing with these other nations. That's against the law. But you hear what it says? The anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel. And I can't show you enough. Baal, whatever comes after that, is dealing with what they put in this Bible, Lord. You see it right there? You see it? Baal is Lord. That's their God. When they go inside, that's who they bowing down to, Baal, which is Lord. So they put Lord up in here so that you will be calling on their God when you're calling on Lord. Many different meanings. And here's a Baalpeor. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel. Let me see. You have to have that in here. Still dealing with an idol. It's many of them. Many of them, young. Baalpeor. It says Baalpeor, a Moabite deity. Hear that? A Moabite deity. Probably, when they say probably, they don't really know. They're assuming. When they say probably, they're assuming. Shemoth, the national deity of the Moabites, okay? There it is, right here. See it right there? From the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Fair use. So, these are the things that the Most High told us in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, 3rd verse. This is when He's going to give us the land of Canaan, and there's 7 these Hamite nations that He destroyed and took out of that land and gave us the land of Canaan. He told us this in Deuteronomy 7:3. This is the law. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. That's these other nations. Because we have 12 nations that the Most High made one nation. That's Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. At this time, we also had Dan. So we had 13 nations that make up one nation, the 12 tribes of Israel, that we can choose to have a wife from. He said, don't choose the daughters and the sons of these other nations. Why? Because verse 4, but they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. You notice it didn't say the daughter, but it said, it says, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods, because that daughter was under that father's rule that knew better. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. Because the daughter going to follow whatever that man that she get with. She going to be down with whatever he's dealing with, like it is today. He's just like women that's with these carnal men, that's the men that's of the world. What you doing? You doing just what he wants you to do. Straight up. He getting ready for y'all probably had things taken. Don't get it twisted. You got men that's with women that's not in the truth, and they following whatever tradition the world brings forth. And that's what they do. Everybody not down with this. Everybody not going to sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to separate yourself from those that are doing things that are contrary to the Most High's word. But eventually, I tell you what, they'll get used to it. If you hold your ground, if you really serious about it, like Mashak Shai said, he said, hey, he came to set barriers between the household. He come to, it ain't gonna be no, it wasn't no, it gonna be no, oh, well, uh, I'm just compromising because, they didn't call it Friendsgiving or friends taking or whatever, family giving, whatever they don't want to change it from Thanksgiving to something else, right? Are we just coming together? No, you still honoring the slaughter of our people, period. The massacre of millions and millions of people. That's why he said, Matthew 10:34, think not, don't even think that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And that's that word of the Most High that he came with. Like we said, that two-edged sword cut like a two-edged sword. But when he come back, he coming to judge and make war. He gonna bring that real sword. Like I say, look, get it twisted. Look, because we went to Revelation 19 and 11. We will continue here. It says, verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. That ain't from no animal blood. That's from people blood. And they tell you who blood is going to be in Isaiah the 63rd chapter. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. So Mashiach is the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So they wasn't no butt-naked angels like they show in these books and so forth, and the movies and all that stuff. They clothed in white and clean linen. Okay? And out of his mouth go up a sharp sword. See, there go that sword. Don't even think that comes to peace on earth, but a sword. Out of his mouth go up that sharp sword. You hear that? Out of his mouth come that sharp sword. What are you going to do with that sharp sword? That with that sharp sword, he should smite, that means kill the nations. With that sharp sword, he going to kill the nations. That's what's written. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Come on. He going to rule them with a rod of iron by the law. And a rod of iron. He going to beat them in subjection. He going to rule them with a rod of iron. Y'all know what iron is. Don't act like you read the Bible all of a sudden it don't mean that. You better understand. He's going to rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Most High. Period. That's him. Look. Verse 17, and I saw an angel standing in the sun. He cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls, all the birds that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourself together into the supper of the great power. You hear that? That ye may eat the flesh of kings. Come on. We ain't no kings. We ain't got no kings on this earth. He coming to judge and make war. He telling the birds, the buzzards, every bird that eats flesh. Don't get it twisted. I've seen some sparrows eat some chicken. Because they think, hey, they just start chewing on you. And they realize, oh, this y'all taste better than chicken. They gonna start, what he said? That you may eat the flesh of kings. That's rulers, the people that's ruling the world. And the flesh of captains. And the flesh of mighty men. And the flesh of horses. And of them that sit on them. That's people. That's men. That's sitting on them. And women that took on the force of a man. The operation of a man in war. And the flesh of all men. Both free and bond. Both small and great. You hear that? Then I saw the beast. This is America's system. And the kings of the earth. And their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse. That's a Mashiach that was shot. And against his army. You hear that? And against his army. Mashiach said, come with an army, y'all. Remember we read about him? And verse 14, and the armies which were with him in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Clothed, y'all, not but naked, clothed in white linen, white and clean. Listen. Verse 19 of Revelation 19, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, these false religions and so forth, and that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. Y'all been lied to. All of y'all that do this and y'all do it. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. He told you in Revelation 18:23, he said, hey, but by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. By their witchcrafts. Y'all know a spell, man. Y'all know a spell. They got y'all in the spells, man. Well, you can't really see this because by his witchcrafts were all nations deceived. So here it goes right here. Revelation 19 and 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. So you know they're going to be doing miracles, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, you know, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive, not dead, but alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. And the remnant was slain. All them that's left gonna be slain, killed with the sword of him that sat upon the horse. That's what Mashiach that was shot. Then we said, don't think that I come to send peace. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Tell you what he gonna do. He just didn't come the first time with that sword. He told the Romans, he said, look, I can call down 12 legions of angels, kill all of y'all. But he didn't come for that purpose. He came to die for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. But when he come back, he coming to judge and make war instead of righteousness on this earth forever and ever and ever. Point blank. Ain't nobody gonna rule. After he come and set down these kingdoms of this earth, and nobody else gonna rule. And the Most High gonna be all in all once he put everybody in subjection. Remember he just said he gonna smite the nation. He gonna kill the nations. Straight up. 2/3 of our people too. We 12 nations. So he gonna kill 2/3 of us too, as the Israelites. And you other nations, he gonna kill you that don't want to come back to learn what it is that this Bible is really talking about. What we're teaching as the Israelites. Verse 21, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse. Mashiach said, come back to kill people. With sword proceeded out of his mouth. And we read what's coming out of his mouth in 2 Corinthians 13, 37, 38. And all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Birds gonna be eating them up, as it is written. And eventually, Revelation 20 and 10, and the devil that deceived them. See, the devil's deceiving a lot of people. That's why a lot of y'all really don't want to. I notice a lot of people, they all want to hear certain things that will make you feel a certain way. And when it's something that comes across your pathway that you don't like, then bing you out. But you're gonna have to pay. These people gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to pay. Because it's the reason why they came, the reason why they left. This is what it say. And the devil that deceived them, they deceived. A lot of people been deceived, been lied to, was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet we just read about are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. What that's talking about? So a lot of you don't believe no torment. Hear what it said? Shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Real for real. What y'all got to say about that? let's go back to Numbers 25. So you see, matter of fact, yeah, let's go back to Numbers 25. I want to bring in something else too, because when you read Deuteronomy the 7th chapter, it's just talking about them Hamite nations, right? 7 Hamite nations that were mightier and greater than us, that the Most High gave us the land of Canaan. But we're in Numbers 25. Numbers 25. Okay. And you see here it says, verse 1 again, it says, and Israel abode in Siddim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. That's whoredom deal with these other nations. So let's look into the Apocrypha that they took out of the King James 611 Bible, 14 books. That's in the original King James 611 Bible. Let's look at First Ezra's, the, is that what I want? Yeah. First Ezra's, we're gonna look at 8 and 69. Because we committed whoredom with the daughters of Moab, when the Most High said not to take of these other nations sons or daughters, right? Because they're going to turn your mind away from him. So now here it is in First Ezra 8:69, 69 verse, it says, the nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles. So the Most High look at us dealing with these other nations, he called them polluted. These Gentile nations are polluted, he said, pollutions of the Gentiles. And if you from, I know in Cali, man, the pollution is terrible, man. You wash your car, you wake up the next morning, man, that's all. And if it rain, sprinkle a little bit. It's filthy McNasty, man. Coming from all the pollution in the air. But that's how you look at the Gentiles. Nor the pollutions of the Gentiles. To wit of the, listen at these nations, to wit of the Canaanites, these are so-called Africans, Hamites, Hittites, Africans, Parasites, Africans. These nations are named in Deuteronomy 7 and 1. It tell you about these nations here, these so-called Africans, Jebusites, and the Moabites. There they are right there, who are the original Aboriginal Chinese people. The Moabites, same thing that we did. He said we committed whoredom with the daughters of Moab, right? So let you know that it's against the law was to get with these people. It says, and the Moabites, Egyptians and Edomites. You know, Egyptians are so-called Africans, Hamites, and Edomites, you know, those descendants of Esau, so-called white man today. Actual original one, not, you know, the seed of Gehazi or those that have, you know, we're not talking about the way you look. We ain't talking about no color. We talking about that spirit that's in them. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters. See? No different what you're saying here. Hold on with the daughter of Moab. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters. And the holy seed is mixed. They like to call y'all mixed, right? With the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity, of this wickedness, of this sins. And as soon as I had heard these things, what Ezra do? I rent my clothes. Ezra rent his clothes, tore his clothes, and the holy garment, tore the holy garment, and pulled off the hair from off my head. Man. And beard, that had to hurt, y'all. And sat me down sad and very heavy. Verse 74. I said, as he prayed to the Most High, O Most High, I am confounded, I'm confused and ashamed before thy face for our sins, even though he didn't do it. he still put himself in it. For our sins are multiplied above our heads, and our ignorances have reached up unto heaven. Forever, since the time of our fathers, we have been and are in great sin. We have been and are in great sin, even unto this day. Verse 60, he confessing the sins of the Israelites, what those wicked Israelites had done, not he himself, but he still put himself in it. That's what's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Y'all got to see this. Verse 80, yea, when we were in bondage, we were not forsaken of our power, but he made us gracious before the kings of Persia, so that they gave us food. Yeah, and honored the temple of our power, and raised up the desolate Zion, that they have given us a sure abiding in Jerusalem and Jerusalem. And now, O Most High, what shall we say, having these things? For we have transgressed thy commandments. We, hear that? That's very important. You can't find no pride in that when he have not sinned, but he's still saying we. We have transgressed thy commandments, which thou gavest by the hand of thy servants the prophets, saying that the land which he entered into to possess as an inheritance, is a land polluted with the pollutions of the strangers of the land. You hear that? He's still calling them polluted. When we go into the land of Canaan, the land that the Most High gave, he say, this land is polluted with the strangers of the land, these nations, these so-called Hamites, these so-called Africans that are Hamites as their nationality, the pollution of the strangers of the land, and they have filled it with their uncleanness. Therefore now shall ye not join your daughters unto their sons. Like we read in Deuteronomy 7:3, no different. They took this out of the Bible. Therefore now shall ye not join your daughters with their sons, neither shall ye take their daughters unto your sons, as he told us. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong. You hear that? And eat the good things of the land, and that ye may lead the inheritance of the land unto your children forevermore. And all that is befallen is done unto us for our wicked works and great sins unto this day, y'all. But all that is befallen is done unto us for our wicked works and great sins against the Most High. For thou, O Most High, didst make our sins light, and just give unto us such a root. But we have turned back again, transgressed thy law, and to mingle ourselves with the uncleanness of the nations of the land. Verse 90, behold, now are we before thee in our iniquities, even though he's a righteous man. The Most High gave him the ability to write 204 books. We only have 80. I'll say the majority of people only have 80. That's Israelites, you know. That's 124 more books that we don't even have. Behold, now are we before thee in our iniquities, for we cannot stand any longer by reason of these things before thee. And as Ezra in his prayer made his confession, weeping, that's another thing, he crying and lying flat upon the ground before the temple, there gathered unto him from Jerusalem a very great multitude of men and women and children. But there was great weeping among the multitude. That's when the Most High had pity on us. And that was humility that they had to have, even to cry. Then Joconias, the son of Jelas, one of the sons of Israel, called out and said, "O Ezra, we have sinned against the Most High, our power. We have married strange women of the nations of the land, and now is all Israel aloft, gone astray in sin. Let us make an oath to the Most High, that we will put away all our wives, which we have taken of the heathen, with their children, like as thou hast decreed, and as many as do obey the law of the Most High. Arise and put in execution for the though, excuse me, for to thee does this matter of appertain, and we will be with thee. Do violently. So Ezra arose and took an oath of the chief of the priests and Levites of all Israel to do after these things. And so they swear they're gonna do it. Now, first Ezra 9 and 7. We'll start at verse 5. And in the 3 days, and in 3 days were all they of the tribe of Judah and Benjamin, because that's mainly ones that was there, gathered together at Jerusalem the 20th day of the 9th month. So the 9th month on the 20th day. And all the multitude sat trembling in the broad court of the temple because of the present foul weather. So it's 9th month is around somewhere around the 12th month that we know in Esau's world here, right? So it'll be cold, foul weather over there. It's be cold over there. Could be snowing, raining, whatever, but it's still cold. So Ezra rose up and said unto them, ye have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives of these other nations, thereby to increase the sins of Israel. And now by confessing, give glory unto the most high power of our fathers. Even though they sin, you still supposed to give glory to the most high. Praise the most high. And do his will. Listen, and do his will, and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land and from the strange women. Then cried the whole multitude and said with a loud voice, like as thou hast spoken, so will we do. So what did they do? You keep reading down, it's going to tell you all these had taken strange women, strange wives, right? These other nations. Verse 36 tell you, First Ezra 9:36, it says, all these had taken strange wives, and they put them away with their children. That's what they vowed. And verse 93, what it say? Let us make an oath to the Most High that we will put away all our wives, which we have taken of the heathen, with their children. They made an oath to the Most High. What did they do? Verse Ezra 9:36. All these had taken strange wives of these other nations, and they put them away with their children. See that? They followed just what they said it was going to do and what the Most High said we're supposed to do, because you see here in Numbers 25, they had commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab, verse 1, verse 2, and they called the people unto sacrifices of their gods, their idols. And the people did eat and bowed down to their gods, disrespecting the Most High, man. And Israel joined himself unto that idol. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel, we the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Most High said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Most High against the sun. You hear that? And the Most High said unto Moses, take all the heads, that's the heads of the people, and hang them up before the Most High against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Most High may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baalpeor. Y'all got to understand, man. That's why I teach the fear of the Most High, be afraid, be scared of him. Hear what he said? See, y'all got in y'all mind some kind of other type of entity, not even, that's why you can't praise it. That's why you're talking about all praises. Man, y'all better understand. You hear what he said? Most High said this. In verse 4 of Numbers, the 25th chapter, look what he said. And the Most High said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Most High against the sun. Take these, cut their heads off and put them up there and let them face the sun. That's what he said to do. Hang them up before the Most High against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Most High may be turned away from Israel. I'm gonna kill everybody. I'll kill him. He done said it many times, man. I don't know who y'all think y'all serving. I know who I serve. You know, mostly every class we go over Hebrews 10:31. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, Most High. Well, I'm praising him, man. I'm not man. I don't read too much about him. I know too much about him to even think about anything but praising the Most High. Period. Or you want his anger? You ready to deal with the anger of the Most High? That's like a tornado, a hurricane, tidal wave, earthquake, fire. That's him. You ready to deal with that? Don't wait till he comes and oh my God, that's what y'all be screaming. I say it all the time. It's too late then. He got you. And Moses said unto, verse 5, Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men. You that kill every one of his men that join unto Baalbpeor. Kill them all. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. They weeping scared to death. Anger of the Most High is coming on them, man. The fear of the Most High that they have while they crying in front of the tabernacle of the congregation. Here comes this cat coming in with this Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and the whole congregation. And when Behemoth, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. He seen him. He seen this cat coming in with this Midianitish woman. He seen him. He had a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through. Thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman, through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. Think about that. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. 24,000 people. And the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. Who do you think that plague came from? From the Most High. Who y'all say all praises to? Now, I don't know if you say all praises to him or not. Y'all just say all praises. So that's any team. Could be that entity of the idol of the Moabites. You leave it open for whatever idol. Baal. Peor. Or Baal by himself. Whoever. Y'all better learn to say all praises to the Most High, or he gonna get you. I'm only a messenger to warn you. But those that died in the plague were 24,000. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Beheus, the son of Eleazar, you know what he did? He went in there and killed that man that had brought that Midianitish woman into his tent. Most High said, Beheus, that's him, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel. Think about what he did. Most High man of war. He killed that man and his woman. What kind of mindset you have of the Most High? Like this is written, is there. This is what he did. This is what he did. He said, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them. You hear that? But see, man will look at it like he did it for his own gratitude. No. Most times he was zealous for my sake among them. Like I'm zealous for the Most High's sake for the things that y'all doing and actually offending him. And I don't care if you don't like it or not. I don't care who don't like it. Just like he felt like that, I'm not doing what he did. But I know I'm telling you that's wrong. That's what Moses said. I'm going to go to my place in Hosea 5:15 until we acknowledge our offense and seek his face. Y'all ain't seeking his face because y'all always talk about him. He ain't even your conversation. Saying our affliction, we're going to seek him early. How much affliction we got to go through before we actually realize we got to seek him and stop offending him. Man. You what he said? These are the examples that we have. He said, hey, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. But understand, wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant, my contract of peace. Listen, Exodus 34:14. Hear what he said? He said, that I consume not the children of Israel. I ain't kill all the children of Israel in my jealousy. Y'all think it's okay? And it's not okay. And dealing with these other nations and their gods, their idols, and so forth. Exodus 34:14. But thou shalt worship no other power, like this Baal, which means Lord, that they put in the Bible that y'all still steady calling on their power. Whose name is jealous. That's the Most High. His name is jealous. Is a jealous power. Y'all hear that? That's the Most High. His name is jealous. Is a jealous power. That's why it said in Numbers 25:11, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Think about everybody crying at the door of the tabernacle, everybody weeping and so forth, crying out to the Most High. And here comes this dude with this Midianite woman. They crying because of the fact the Most High gonna kill us because we married and dealing with these idols and these other nations. If he had seen that, man, he's like, nah, man, no way. He went in there and killed the man and his woman. And the Most High said this: he have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them. You hear that? He was zealous for the Most High's sake, who's a man of war. And the Most High, the one that killed. One of the Most High is the one that make alive. That I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. His name is jealous. We just read it. He's a jealous power. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant, the contract agreement of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his power and made an atonement for the children of Israel. By what? By killing this Israelite man that had brought in this Midianite woman of another nation. Put her to death. Put him to death. Now, the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianite woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, the prince of the chief house among the Simeonites. He was of the tribe of Simeon. And the name of the Midianite woman was that was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zerah. He was head over a people and of a chief house in Midian. You gotta think about it. That's pretty deep. That is pretty deep. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, vex the Midianites and smite them, kill them, for they vex you with their wiles, or the devil, or these idols, wherewith they have beguiled you, fooled you in the matter of Peor. And in the matter of Cozbi, the daughter of a prince of Median, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for pure sake. Come on. This is serious, y'all. It's real serious. It's more than what it is that you see in this damn time. People just, slide by here, slide by that. No, the most I ain't sliding by nothing. You let nothing go. Everything is being recorded. That's what you got to realize, man. When the books is open, and it's going to be about what we have done, either to please the Most High or to bring that wrath. Ain't going to be no, when the judgment comes, there's no more mercy and grace. It's only about what we have done in these mortal bodies that we're going to be judged on. And that's what I'm here to tell you, so that you can really look at trying our best to do what's right. We got the examples. Remember you said we went over. He doesn't do it to the Son. It's going to happen again. Happened then, it's going to happen again. Let's go to Nahum. The second chapter. Nahum, the second chapter. Look at, let's see. Verse 1. It says, he that dashes in pieces is come up before thy face. He that dashes in pieces is come up before thy face. Keep the ammunition. Keep your ammunition. Watch the way. Make thy lion strong. Fortify thy power mightily. So you better be ready. For the Most High hath turned away the excellency of Jacob as the excellency of Israel. For the emptiers have emptied them out and marred their vine branches, taking us into captivity after captivity after captivity for breaking the Most High's law. The shield of his mighty men is made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation, and the fir trees shall be terribly shaken. Everything will be. The chariots shall rage in the streets. They shall justo one against another in the broad ways. They shall seem like torches. They shall run like the lightnings. They're gonna be, you're looking at fiery chariots rolling. Y'all ready for it? That's why I say, hey, keep them in position. Watch the way. Make that lion strong. Fortify thy power mightily, as much as you can, he said. Verse 5 said, he shall recount his worthies. They shall stumble in their walk. They shall make haste to the wall thereof, and the defense shall be prepared. The gates of the rivers shall be open, and the palace shall be dissolved. Man, I mean, like, taking away everything that we have. Look at 10. It says, let's see, take thee the spoil of silver, take the spoil of gold, but there is none in of the store and glory out of all the pleasant furniture. Take everything we have. It say, she is empty and void and waste, and the heart melted, and the knees smite together, scared, and much pain is in all loins. Not with us. We so big and bad, right? Hear what he's saying? Oh, you ain't gonna be scared? She is empty, emptying out everything you have, and void and waste, and the heart, your mind is melted. You can't even think right. And the knees smite together, you're scared, and much pain is in all loins. In the faces of them all gather blackness. Where is the dwelling of the lions? What are they at now? And the feeding place of the young lions. What a lion. Even the old lion. walked in the lion's whelp, and nothing made them afraid. What that's at? He's saying the lion did tear in pieces enough for his whelps, and strangle for his lioness, and fill his holes with prey, and his dens with raven, taking care of everybody, just doing everything that's necessary to be able to take care of the whole family, everything. Behold, I am against thee, said the most high power of hosts, power army of angels, and I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions, and I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall no more be heard. Man, that's why we have no choice but to come to the Most High and do what he say do, and say all praises to the Most High sincerely, and do what he say do, follow his laws, statutes, commandments, because without him, we have nothing. This is what he can do and what he has done. He ruled the kingdom of men. He said over even the basis of men. Where we at right now. Jeremiah 11. I'm just about finished it, because we're going to continue on this. I have a lot more to cover. Jeremiah 11. And start at verse 1. Jeremiah 11:1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Most High, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, contract, this agreement, and speaking to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, primarily dealing with the southern tribes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and say thou unto them, thus said the Most High power of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. That's how important this covenant is that people take so lightly. This agreement, this contract that the Most High made with the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. He gave us 613 laws, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, captivity, slavery, and bondage, saying, obey my voice and do them. Do these laws and these commandments that I'm giving you, according to all which I commanded you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your power to the children of Israel. We the children of Israel, not no one else. That I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers. That's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, y'all. To give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I, and said, so be it, O Most High. Then the Most High said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah, in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, this contract, this agreement, these laws, statutes, and commandments that I've given you, and do them. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. That's what it's all about. He just wants us to obey him. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart, their evil mind. Therefore, I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And the Most High said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, the wickedness of their forefathers, the evil, the sins of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words. And they went after other gods to serve them. Like I'm telling y'all, these other gods are these other heathen nations, especially Esau's gods that came up with Baal representing Lord and Amen. Alexander the Greek, he ordained Zeus to have the last name of Amen. And here you calling on their God. instead of the Most High. God, created by the Europeans, Germanic word, was 7th century AD. They created that word, God, which is dog spelled backwards. That's all, man. Come on. Last I read Psalms 22:16 says, "For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet." David prophesied about a Mashiach Yahushua dying on that tree. And they pierced his hands and his feet. He called them dogs. He called them the wicked. They took dog and spelled it backwards and came up with God. You still calling on them. If you saying God, you said Lord, you still calling them their idol. This is what we dealing with. While we in captivity, slave and bondage, how we gonna get out of here and you still doing the same thing that the Most High say He don't want you to do. Obey my voice, and I'll fix it. We're gonna seek Him early. This is not a hard thing to do. Verse 10, they are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words. And they went after other gods, other idols to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I have made with their fathers, all 12 tribes. House of Israel represented the northern tribes, house of Judah represented the southern tribes, all 12 tribes. Therefore, thus say the Most High, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. That's deep right there, man. Y'all hear that? Therefore, thus say the Most High Power, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they cry unto me, that's the only time the Most High have pity on us, I will not hearken unto. He said, I ain't going to listen to them. Mm-hmm. What you going to do when he come for you? And you following suit with people that's talking about all praises. You got people praising the devil, praising Satan, praising all these different entities and idols, and you know, after the fact of what it is that you're supposed to be the light to the world, and you saying that. Then shall the cities of Judah, wherever we're at, inhabitants of Jerusalem, go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense. Burning incense is talking about all praises to whoever, whatever. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. And we know about Jacob's trouble. We need to be getting closer and closer and closer and closer we can to the Most High. For according to the number of thy cities were thy gods. You hear this? According to the number of our cities were their gods. And we have the ultimate power unto whom they offer incense. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. For according to the number of the cities were their gods, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have ye set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. And you're still doing it. Some of you are new in here. Let me show you what Baal represent today, without a shadow of a doubt. Baal. That's from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. You see that? It represents Lord. See that? From the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it represents Lord. Take the Most High plan. So people be saying that all the time, man. That's Baal. That's what we did. Verse 13. For according to the number of thy cities were thy gods, O Judah. And according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have you set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal, which is Lord. I challenge you to think, how many Bibles have your family written that you reap the money, the benefits of publishing Bibles? Hmm? So who is it that make the money off the Bibles? Who have the opportunity to publish the Bibles? Who have the opportunity to print the Bibles? Who making the money off the Bibles? So if you're able to make sure that you wrote this book, you can put whatever you want in the book. You know, and those changes that they changed in the Bible, it's easy to change. You know, as the Most High reveals certain things, I've just changed throughout the years. You hear me saying it? Nobody say why you ain't saying it. They understand what I'm reading. Nobody ever asked me about why I say how much y'all was shy. Who am I talking about ever? You asked me how to say it when I went to Jamaica, but other than that, that's it. I don't have to say these words that they inserted in here because I mean they took scriptures out. What make you think they didn't put scriptures in? They took them out. Come on, that's just this thing. Verse 14 said, "Therefore pray not thou for this people." You know, to Jeremiah, don't pray for this people. That's why some people ask, pray for me. No, man, say, pray ye not for this people. You need to lift up a cry or prayer for them. For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. Y'all better hear what he's saying. Y'all can take a lot of it if you want to, because some y'all see somebody left because they want to still call on nothing. Man, you can't praise the Most High enough. He said, praise him with all your might. Therefore, pray not for this people, he told Jeremiah. Neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. That's serious, man. I'm going to leave you with that. Musa said, I'm not going to hear you in the time that you cry unto him for your trouble. When you're saying, oh my God, he said, I'm not going to hear. And you see it happening in our time. But take it or leave it. I hope that's edifying. We're going to continue because I got a lot more to go into. Continue the mindset and how you come out of that mindset of thinking wrong. So you can at least first and foremost please the Most High. And with that, I say, Kwam Most High, Yahweh, Kwam Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and Kwam Yasharella, and Tawada for joining me. And join us tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be street teaching out there in weird Hollywood. And with that, I say Shalawam. Shabbat Shalom.